For the first time, Ohioans who are deaf or hearing impaired will have the opportunity to obtain a commercial driver's license, thanks to a collaboration between state agencies. I'm Don Pettit, Registrar of the Bureau of Motor Vehicles.
I'm Carlton Moore, Executive Director of the Office of Criminal Justice Services, and we want to thank you for your interest in the CDL with Hearing Exemption program. Ohio CDL driver training schools are ready to start the training process with you.
My name is Kevin Miller, and I'm the Executive Director at Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities. This collaboration is another example of Ohio breaking down barriers to employment for individuals with disabilities. It also means jobs for Ohioans and an expanding workforce for Ohio employers.
On behalf of our agencies, we are pleased that you are interested in this opportunity, and we wish you great success.
There are several requirements that must be completed in order to obtain a CDL. Customers must be 18 years of age and have a valid Ohio driver's license to be presented at the time of testing. Customers must obtain a hearing waiver issued by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. More information on this can be found on their website. The hearing waiver must be kept with the driver at all times. Customers must obtain a CDL Temporary Instruction Permit Identification Card, or TIPIC, by passing the vision and knowledge testing. Customers must obtain a commercial driver's license by passing the 3-part skills testing. Requirements to obtain a TIPIC include that customers must be at least 18 years of age and have a valid Ohio license to be presented at time of testing. Prior to scheduling, a hearing waiver must be issued by FMCSA. The hearing waiver, issued by FMCSA, must be brought to the testing site. If needed, an interpreter must be requested at the time of scheduling. The state of Ohio will provide an interpreter to sign vision and knowledge test instructions only. An interpreter is not permitted to interpret at any time during CDL testing. Customer may bring a dictionary for definitions. Customers will be required to answer a series of questions. In order to schedule a group or an individual test, contact the CDL coordinator at 614-728-9426. Please know that if needed, an interpreter must be requested when scheduling an appointment. The state will provide the interpreter to sign instructions only. Customers may take the vision and knowledge tests at any driver exam station operated by the state of Ohio. You can visit the BMV website to determine the closest location. Customers will need to pass the following: vision screening. There are 3 components to the CDL vision requirements: visual acuity, horizontal acuity, and color vision acuity. Knowledge testing. 80% is needed to pass, and this test does not have a time limit. If a customer successfully passes the CDL knowledge test, they will need to visit any deputy registrar location to purchase the following: temporary instruction permit identification card, or TIPIC, CDL skills test receipt. Customer must present a valid license, acceptable documents, and CDL self-certification authorization form BMV 2159 to acquire a TIPIC. The TIPIC is valid for 6 months from the issue date and can be renewed 1 time before the expiration date of the TIPIC. Ohio only allows 2 CDL TIPICs in a 2-year period from the first TIPIC's issuance date. CDL skills test receipt must be purchased prior to scheduling an appointment for the skills test. Customer may now call and schedule the skills testing portion of the process, but cannot take the skills test until 14 days after issuance of the TIPIC. If a customer does not pass the knowledge test, they must wait 1 day before rescheduling. Follow the schedule and appointment guidelines. Remember, Ohio only allows 2 CDL TIPICs in a 2-year period from the first TIPIC's issuance date. If the TIPIC is renewed, all 3 segments of the skills test must be retaken. After successfully passing the previous steps, customers will need to schedule skills testing. You may schedule your skills testing when you receive the CDL TIPIC. However, all CDL TIPIC holders are required to wait 14 days after issuance of the TIPIC before taking the skills testing. To schedule CDL skills testing, contact the CDL coordinator at 614-728-9426. Customers can choose the Seville or Middletown test sites operated by the state of Ohio. If needed, an interpreter must be requested when scheduling an appointment. The state will provide the interpreter to sign instructions only. For this test, 3 hours is permitted for testing of applicants with a hearing waiver. Requirements for skills testing includes the following. Customers must purchase a CDL skills test receipt at any deputy registrar location prior to scheduling an appointment for the skills test. Customers must present a valid Ohio driver's license, valid TIPIC, CDL skills test receipt, and hearing waiver issued by FMCSA. Hearing waivers must be kept with the driver at all times. If needed, an interpreter must be requested at the time of scheduling. The state of Ohio will provide an interpreter to sign test instructions only. An interpreter is not permitted to interpret at any time during CDL testing. Skills testing will be available at the Seville or Middletown CDL test sites only. Customers must provide a vehicle for the class of license for which they are applying. The vehicle must be equipped with a passenger brake and seat 2 examiners. Customers will need to pass the following tests: pre-trip, basic maneuverability, and road test. The pre-trip vehicle inspection must be conducted in English. The customer may give responses verbally, or BMV will provide a whiteboard for written communication. The customer will point to a part on the truck, write down the name of the part, and a few words describing what they would look for in a pre-trip inspection. The customer may use page 11-7 of the Ohio Commercial Driver License Manual as a guide. But may not have any writing on it. During the vehicle inspection test, you must show that the vehicle is safe to drive. You will have to walk around the vehicle and point to or touch each item and explain to the examiner what you are checking and why. You will not have to crawl under the hood or under the vehicle. If you pass this test, you will proceed to the basic vehicle control testing. If you fail the pre-trip, you cannot continue to the basic vehicle control test or road test. You must purchase a new CDL receipt at any deputy registrar location, reschedule the appointment, and wait 7 days before retaking the pre-trip vehicle inspection test. Your basic control skills could be tested using one or more of the following exercises off-road: straight line backing, offset back to the right, offset back to the left, parallel parking on the driver's side, parallel parking conventional, and alley dock. If you pass, you will proceed to the road test. If you fail the basic vehicle control test, you cannot continue to the road test. You must purchase a new CDL receipt at any deputy registrar location, reschedule an appointment, and wait 7 days before taking the basic vehicle control test. During the road test, 2 CDL examiners will be in attendance on the road test. One examiner will ride in the front seat to provide directions by using hand gestures. A CDL examiner will ride in the back scoring the road test. An interpreter is not allowed for the road test. You will drive over a test route that has a variety of traffic situations. At all times during the test, you must drive in a safe and responsible manner, and you must wear your safety belt, obey all traffic signs, signals, and laws, complete the test without an accident or moving violation, during the driving test, the examiner will be scoring you on specific driving behavior. You will follow the directions of the examiner. Direction will be given to you, so you will have plenty of time to do what the examiner has asked. You will not be asked to drive in an unsafe manner. If you pass, you are ready to get your CDL. You must visit any deputy registrar location to purchase a CDL license. If you fail the road test, you must purchase a new CDL receipt at any deputy registrar location, reschedule an appointment, and wait 7 days before retaking the road test. A customer must present a valid license, acceptable documents, and CDL Self-Certification Authorization Form BMV 2159 in order to receive their CDL. A CDL license must be purchased within 60 days of passing the skills tests or prior to expiration of the TPIC, whichever comes first. TPIC restrictions stay in effect until CDL license is purchased. Hearing waiver must be kept with the driver at all times. If a customer fails any portion of the skills tests, they must purchase a CDL receipt at any deputy registrar location prior to taking any of the skills tests. To reschedule testing, call the CDL coordinator at 614-728-9426. The TPIC is valid for 6 months from the issue date and can be renewed one time before the expiration date of the TPIC.